Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Wednesday. We've got 8 matchups on this NBA slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. First matchup, we've got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Washington Wizards. Dallas opening up as a 6-point road favorite with the over-under at 245. Mavs coming into this matchup 8-3. The Wizards 2-8. Head-to-head, Washington is 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Mavs coming off just a very disappointing loss yesterday to the Pelicans, losing 131 to 110. Yeah, not sure what happened there with the Mavs. I mean, they beat the Pelicans the game before and then got destroyed the second game. I don't know, but that's just how basketball is, apparently. Washington, they're on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a Toronto loss. I don't know. On a back-to-back, I feel like maybe Kyrie or Luka's probably going to rest. Maybe. I hope not. We'll see if anyone does rest. Probably won't know any of that until tip-off. But yeah, got to take the Mavs on the bounce back. Disappointing game yesterday, and this Wizards team is very bad. And yeah, I like a good rebound from the Mavs on the road, -6 and money line. Next matchup, got a big matchup today. We got the Boston Celtics versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Celtics opening up as a 5-point road favorite with the over-under at 226. Both teams coming into this matchup 8-2 head-to-head. Boston's 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. I see Porzingis is questionable, so be sure to check his status prior to tip-off. Boston on a 3-game winning streak. Their last loss was to Philly, a 3-point loss a couple games ago. Philly coming off a bad loss yesterday against the Pacers, 126 to 132. Boston, they've been very good against Philly though, 5-2 covering on the road against Philly, 9-4 covering straight up against Philly. So they've been good covering against the Sixers. You know, when these two teams face, you're going to get a battle, that's for sure. And I don't know, the Sixers getting 5 points at home. They beat Celtics last time. I know the Celtics coming off a loss, and they're coming off a back-to-back. As long as they're not resting anybody here, I think I'm going to take a shot with the Sixers +5 at home. I don't know. It's a similar kind of game as last time. I think it's going to come down to the last minute or two. So I'm going to take a shot with the Sixers +5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Toronto Raptors. Bucks opening up as a 4.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 228. Bucks coming into this matchup 6-4. The Raptors 5-5. Head-to-head, Toronto 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head games. Milwaukee coming off a big Chicago win. They lost to Toronto by 19 in their last meeting. Toronto coming off a big Washington win. The Bucks 0-8 covering on the road, 0-7 covering the spread. This is a very bad spread team, and covering spread team. 2-7-1 covering against Toronto. Yeah, not in love with that. They've been very bad on the road, and I don't know. I think I'm going to take a shot with the Raptors +4.5 at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. Knicks opening up as a 1.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 229. Knicks coming into this matchup 5-5. The Hawks 6-4. Head-to-head, the Knicks are 6-4 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Trae Young questionable. Trae Young missed the game yesterday, so we'll see if he plays today. Knicks coming off a tough Boston loss. They did beat Atlanta by 6 in their last head-to-head meeting a few weeks ago. Atlanta coming off a big Detroit win yesterday, 126 to 120. The Knicks are 6-3 against Atlanta, 6-3 covering against Atlanta here. We'll see if Trae Young does play. That's probably the big question, if Trae Young does play. I like the Knicks in this spot. You're looking at pretty much a pick'em scenario. With Trae Young questionable, give me Knicks -1.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got the Orlando Magic versus the Chicago Bulls. Bulls opening up as a 2-point home favorite with the over-under at 217. Magic coming into this matchup 5-5. The Bulls 4-7. Head-to-head, Orlando's 2-1 in the last 3 head-to-head meetings. Looks like they're getting Gary Harris back. Still no Wendell Carter and Markelle Fultz for the Magic. And then DeMar DeRozan out. Going to be out Wednesday. So going to be a difficult loss for Chicago here. Orlando coming off a tough Brooklyn loss yesterday, losing by 20. Didn't really see that coming. Chicago coming off a Milwaukee loss. Orlando 5-1 covering on the road against Chicago here. And yeah, without DeMar DeRozan, I really don't trust this team even with DeMar DeRozan. And without him, I definitely don't. And I'm going to take a shot with the Magic +2 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Phoenix Suns. Suns opening up as a 5.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 224. Minnesota coming into this matchup 8-2. The Suns 4-6. Head-to-head, the Suns are 8-2 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Looking like we're getting the full squad back for the Suns. It looks like Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Eric Gordon, they're all back. So this might be the first time we've seen everyone play for the Suns. So it's going to be interesting to see how well they play together. Minnesota back-to-back wins against Golden State. Minnesota's hot right now. They're on a 7-game winning streak right now. I mean, they're playing great. Phoenix, they're on a 2-game losing streak coming off a bad OKC loss. Yeah, Minnesota, love what they're doing. I know they've struggled against Phoenix. They're 1-5 covering on the road against Phoenix here. But I haven't seen it. I know this will be the first time we see the Suns play together. So I don't know. I like what Minnesota's doing. They're playing great. And as long as they're not resting anybody on a back-to-back, give me Minnesota +5.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Portland Trailblazers. Cavs opening up as a 10.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 219.5. Cavs coming into this matchup 4-6. Portland 3-7. Head-to-head, Cleveland's 3-0. 3-0 covering the spread. No Darius Garland or Isaac Okoro for Cleveland. Malcolm Brogdon's questionable for Portland. Cleveland coming off a Sacramento loss. Portland on a 4-game losing streak. Coming off some tough losses here. A tough spread. Not in love with the spread. You know, Cleveland's been good against Portland. They're 4-1 in their last 5 against Portland. 4-1 covering against Portland here. I don't know, 10.5 points. This is just a tough spread. But this Portland roster is pretty bad. I mean, it's so banged up. They're playing with a bunch of guys you've pretty much never heard of, and I'm not in love with the spread here, but I just think the Cavs should be able to dominate this Blazers team. So not in love with it, but I'm gonna take a shot with the Cavs -10.5 and money line on the road. Throw them in a teaser. That's probably the best option. Then the last matchup, we got the Sacramento Kings versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers opening up as a 1.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 235. Kings coming into this matchup 5-4. The Lakers 6-5. Head-to-head, Sacramento 7-3 in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. Don't see any major injuries to report. Sacramento on a 3-game winning streak. It did beat the Lakers by 5 in their last head-to-head meeting. Lakers also on a 3-game winning streak, so both teams playing pretty well. Sacramento 6-1 covering on the road against the Lakers. And yeah, now that they got De'Aaron Fox back, they're back at full strength here. Yeah, I like the Kings here. Definitely play. I'd say, you know, record-wise, they're about the same, but I don't know. I like the Kings here. They beat them last time. Give me Kings +1.5 on the road here. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Wednesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good one.